I love to do so many things and I love to tell stories. I didn't know back then, but I love it and I have the urge to do it. You know what I mean? I started this journey and I think video game was a very good lever because I didn't do cinema school, but I played a fucking lot video games and they know how to do it.
That they're not gonna be in the shot at the
That's
location.
man, you got it. That's
Do you know what I'm
absolutely
saying?
it.
That's
Absolutely, that's the problem.
It brings you back to a time where you were just happy. Like you were like, oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
People have to be themselves because today everything is the same and this is annoying as fuck.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Cut. Today we have Killian on the podcast, and honestly, I've been wanting to have him on for a while. I fell in love with his stuff, his work a couple months ago, and he does a lot of video game content, and if you know video games, you could really relate to the content he's putting out, emulating the worlds, just like the whole community, all aspects of it. And it's cool to actually finally get him on and talk about it. So if you guys want to check out his stuff, I'm going to link everything down below. If you guys like the podcast episode, please like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, dude, I've been dying to jump on with you because your content is one of a kind.
Thank you,
Okay,
man. I appreciate it.
You know what we'll do? Let's watch a video of yours so the audience could see exactly what I mean, and then we'll
Alright.
get into it.
Javier doing a side quest.
Je dois me rendre au parc un peu plus loin, mais je n'ai pas le droit d'y aller seule. Tu vas m'accompagner, n'est-ce pas?
Allons-y, mais reste derrière moi.
Ok, allez, dépêche-toi. On va pas y passer la nuit.
I gotta ask you, like, I love playing video games, so I kind of know. Which I would love to get into. But what made you start making this type of content?
Man, I don't even know. My path is very weird because I didn't start anything. I was just here on the earth, and then I started to jumping around since I'm a child, you know. And one day I discovered parkour, but not with the movie Yamakasi or stuff, just because I saw some videos back there. It's been 20, more than 20 years now, and then I was like, okay, what I do is not like just messing around. It can be actually something with rules and proper rules and goals. I started doing parkour and with a few friends we created a club. We teached people during 10 years probably, and I was on the countryside, you know. And someday I was bored about just transmitting something to people, and then at the end of the year they go start football. You know what I mean? And you give all your energy to something that is so like punctual. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and there is no evolution in it. And so things like life happens, and I moved to Paris, and then you join the capital, and everything is possible. And I was like, okay, I want to do more. Let's do more. So I started to do videos. It was the start of TikTok, the beginning of it, and I started to vulgarize. I don't know the English term, but I started to the parkour man is a very bubble. Okay,
Yeah.
you can think it's very open-minded. It's not closed, but it's a very bubble. People in it just post banger after banger, and they want to be the biggest, but they're not really turned into worldwide. Now they are, but not back then. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do videos, but not to prove to my fellow tracers, people that are doing parkour, but just to I'm gonna speak as I would speak to a grandma in the street. You know what I mean? And it did very well, and I started gaining followers. But then I was bored again
Yeah.
because The reality is I love to do so many things and I love to tell stories. I didn't know back then, but I love it and I have the urge to do it. You know what I mean? But I didn't know,
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Yeah, I wanted to do more than just parkour. And at that time, I learned uh, about video by doing parkour, but it's not cinema. It's not like you don't have the codes to tell a story. So I had to figure by myself. So I started this journey, and I think video game was a very good lever because I didn't do cinema school, but I played a fucking lot of video games, and they know how to do it.
I feel like what you do is like the world building, right? I think in video games, that's what it is. When we used to play games, you knew it was Halo from the suits, from the weapons, the sword. You're like the
Yeah,
sound, the
exactly.
sound of when the sword comes out. You're like,
The
oh,
sound design,
the sound
yes,
design.
absolutely.
So I think that's why your content stands out because it's like, oh yeah, with all the video game stuff, it's the mimicking of it, but it's also the world building of what you
The
do.
sound, yeah, the personality of what was the game was one of the very important part for me.
Yeah, like the whole world building. So like video games played such a important part. We're both old school gamers and we used to stay up late playing video games and doing glitches and that translates into like the attention to detail that the content that you make, which is amazing.
Yeah, I'm relating to this because my journey is kind of a creative mode in video game because I started doing parkour, then I started to do videos to tell parkour, and then I started to just how can I because I do stunts as well,
Yeah.
for movies and stuff, and then I took every of those things as tools that I put in my content, and I think if I make a difference somewhere it's here because I don't think there is a lot of creators today that can actually jump from a building to another, that can actually do stunts, and that can actually play with costume, lights, and stuff. Everything for doing fiction because you have specialized of all those kind
Yeah.
of, but that group of it, I think we are not a lot, and perhaps that's where I'm a bit different.
For sure, because when I was scrolling through your stuff, I started seeing all your parkour stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this is nuts!" Like some of the stuff you're doing, jumping from, I'm like, and then I started getting into, oh, okay, it's like video games, and then now you're into like the deep storytelling stuff, which is such a cool thing. As a creator yourself, though, is it hard to go not hard, but is it scary to like be successful in one thing and then end up changing your content? And then now, because you are just kind of starting this new long format storytelling in this format content, which I love, but does it scare you as a content creator now that you are a, pretty big content creator?
I'm not a big content creator, but what scares me a lot at today actually, it's that I'm going into something that is huge because my expectations. I will need people. I will need people. I
Yeah.
will need patience, and I will need money. And that's the problem because you start playing, you do parkour. That's cool. You start doing storytell. Okay, that's cool. You know how to tell a story with parkour. That's fantastic. And then how do you make it great? And I'm working on this now, and I think I'm in the good direction, but suddenly what I have in my head needs people, needs money, needs a lot
Needs
of
budget.
things,
Yeah.
needs budget, and it's coming because when I sell videos, I sell it good. That's a good thing, but as I said earlier, I'm a mess, and it's very complicated to organize it because we are the first of our kind, and you cannot just the same thing that's do the same thing that someone else because no one did it. You know what I mean? I mean that
Yeah.
precise position with that precise content with that precise needs. it's called cinema, and I don't want to go there. I want to stay on the vertical. You know what I mean? And it's hard to organize myself because yeah, it's the very question of the moments. I'm starting to work with people spontaneously, but I'm looking for a team of every day. And also, one of my biggest fuel is the dopamine, and I need to be inside what I do. So I want to stay at the editing. I want to stay at the color grading, as it's essential part of what I am and what I do. So what I need, where I need the help is to the production, the to organize my planning, to find my assets, and to find the castings and stuff. This is where I need help, but I want to stay in.
Yeah. So like you kind of, it's like you want to get bigger, but you also want to stay in the trenches. Like you still want to do the dirty, like the stuff that you enjoy, the
Thank you.
dirty work. Um,
Absolutely.
I think that's a tough part because you get into the bigger productions, you need a producer, you need a location scout, you need, um, someone to do the scheduling and to, and there's so much that goes into it. Finding, but even stuff like people don't understand when you schedule people, like where are they gonna park? That they're not gonna be in the shot at the
That's
location.
man, you got it. That's
Do you know what I'm
absolutely it.
saying? That's
Absolutely, that's the problem. And sometimes you're filming since like 4 hours, and people need to eat, but I cannot go to take sandwich for everyone. And we need like things
yeah.
when when you are cold, because we're in the wood, and everything is complicated, and
It
you discover
is.
that there is a job behind everything. And
It's everything. Everything. There's a job
yeah,
like, oh, where's the washroom? But you're directing and you're in it and you're like, oh, I think it's over. Like,
man, that's
yeah, yeah.
absolutely the thing.
Yeah.
And I just wanna bounce on something you said, because it's fun and it's perfect. You said trenches. That was actually perfect. And I have the proof that the job we do today is something brand new, and it will bring so many more way of seeing the world and the collaboration with different areas, because I went to a movie set to do stunts for a movie that will go out in theater in the end of the day, the year. But that was one of the projects, and the second project was I created a few videos
Yeah.
directly connected to the movie. The
Oh.
realizator, yeah, the director of the movie just gave me the. It's a little French movie, but still in theaters. He literally gave me his 5 million sets, and he told me, "Okay, I love your video, play with it, man." And I'm saying this because it's in World War I, in trenches. So I literally made a video game like, but with all the costumes and stuff of a movie in a real trench. And it's coming out soon to do the promotion of the movie that goes out.
Oh,
And
that's cool,
yeah,
man.
and it's like kind of a spin-off scene to explain what is going on in a trench that is attacked in the movie. And I
Oh,
don't know,
that's cool.
I'm on my phone right now, so perhaps I can access, if it's on the computer, to some things.
Okay.
But man, I
Let me
cannot
know. Let
wait.
me know too. Like I'm down to see it, but if you're not allowed to show it because of like all this other stuff, cool. Like just
It's
let me
it's
know.
it's chill. It's chill.
Okay. Because a lot
We
of the
didn't
like, because you're
sign.
doing a lot of war stuff right now.
Yeah, yeah. Because we're going into philosophy right now, but I think war is the experience where you will have the most human of a human, in the better and in the worst. You know what I mean? And that's
Interesting.
why
Yeah.
it's kind of sadly passionate me, because you it's the better place to understand what a human being is, in the reaction, in the thinking, in whatever.
That's interesting. It's like the decision making when you're like your back's against the wall and like, um,
Yeah. and
yeah.
and you're brought back to your animal instinct.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
can be beautiful but also very dark.
Do you have a favorite war movies that
I
you have?
man, I love cinema too much to have a top
A
five.
favorite? Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
but in my
Favorite
Bible,
war movies? Any?
I have 1917,
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
absolutely, Fury,
Fury
and
was great.
yeah, and obviously Saving
Saving
Private
Pri
Ryan,
Of course. Of
obviously,
course.
and Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers is
Oh,
something else.
Band of Brothers is one of my favorites. Like I can't
It's so
explain.
true.
It's so good. You know what else is good? Behind Enemy Lines. Or
Oh, I
um
need to see it. I need to see
yeah.
it. But you know what? You know what makes Spielberg's things like Band of Brothers so good? It's the reality of war sounds too cheap as an expression, but you know, in all the movie scene, when someone is shot, it's like and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
In
yeah, yeah,
Band of
yeah, yeah.
Brothers, when they get shot, it's suddenly a ragdoll, and it shows you that human is just nothing but flesh and bones that just collapse when it's shot, and this is way more like you
Yeah,
know what I mean? You
I do.
when you see
I
this, you're
do.
like ah, and it's yeah, goosebumps, chills.
There's a different feeling when you see a body like that as opposed to
Yeah,
like
it's someone, and suddenly it's just collapsing. There is no like, you know what I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah. It's not like glamorized like
Yeah,
there's like it's
it's
not a
just people that
performance.
yeah, it's people that are becoming things, and it's
Yeah.
horrific.
Yeah. Dang. That is yeah, that's so crazy. Okay. I'm glad I asked you about that. Oh, and sorry, since we're on the topic, I want to ask you before when we're talking about video games. What is your favorite? You got favorite video games?
Very important part of my life. You have Halo, of course.
Yeah.
All the Star Wars, Battlefield. The best for me is Battlefield 1 for me because you
Yeah.
know I told you I'm about the immersion. Uh, yeah, and I'm playing at the time at the moment at Clair Obscur. You
That
need
game
to
I hear
play.
I haven't played it, but I hear the storyline and the world building in that game is at the top. Yeah, yeah, it's at the top.
This is what happens when people at Ubisoft are just making a game
That
outside
they
of
want.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, that they want to make themselves.
Yeah,
The
and
story, the
without
everything. Oh.
yeah, without like guideline and stuff. And yeah, so Star Wars, Battlefield. I had Apex Legend area, but it's more for sports than immersion
Yeah,
and
that's
story.
what I'm playing right now. I'm playing because I'm like a first person shooter, like competitive shooter,
Okay,
like Call of
okay.
Duty,
So
stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah, Halo,
but
Battlefield, and
Halo, Battlefield, the Call of Duty series, like all that kind of stuff. But I
yeah.
did play like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Those games were like some of my favorites.
Yeah,
KOTOR.
like Kotor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Dude.
Absolutely. So amazing. You know what? You know what? A month ago, I was just like looking at the movie all cutscene of it,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
And I
It
was
like
like,
shows
oh,
up.
it's getting old, it's getting old.
Dude, oh my gosh, I always watch it. Like, it'll come up on my like YouTube because of my recommendations, and every time I watch these things, I'm like, it brings you back to a time where you were just happy. Like, you were like, oh my god,
Yeah,
you know what I
absolutely. And
mean?
all the characters, aliens, when they are
Yeah, yeah,
talking, they just cycle with some sounds, and I can't tell you those sounds. You know, it's so
yeah.
amazing.
You're like, why? What is like? It's like the repetitiveness of hearing the same sounds in the games that you don't realize it's part of your childhood. Then you listen to it and you're
Yeah,
like, why am I
yeah,
13 again? Or like, why am I, you know? It's
absolutely, man.
crazy. Dude.
So good, so
I
good.
wish we did this podcast playing video games. There was another person who I talked
Yeah,
to who loves video games, and I was like, we should just do this and like stream the podcast episode while we play games. That would be the best.
I would be too invested in the game.
Yeah.
I feel.
That's the thing with me. I can never talk during playing games. Like someone's like, "Oh, you should stream," and I'm like, "I can't. I'm so immersed. I'm like this the whole time." I'm
Oh
not even
yeah,
looking.
that's me as well.
Sorry, before we get too crazy into this, let's watch some of the. I want to watch some of the newer stuff that you actually been producing.
Notre maison brûle. La Terre et l'humanité sont en péril. Et nous en sommes tous responsables.
The evidence that the Earth is warming by an amount which is too large to be a chance fluctuation represents a very strong case that the greenhouse effect has been detected and it is changing our climate now.
People are dying.
Climate crisis
Entire ecosystems
now
are
confronts
collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction.
Donald Trump has been blocked by our courts, and the Congress has refused to go along with some of his proposals.
How dare you? I don't want you to be hopeful. I want you to panic. I want you to feel the fear I feel every day. We have to acknowledge that we have failed.
Where does your mind go? Like, when do you come up with this stuff? Like, what's the process for stuff like this?
You know, man, I can build a video when I'm in the shower. I can build a video when I'm no, man, that's true. It's so true. And the topic of that video is actually something that kills me every day because I'm kind of pessimistic, if the English term is good, and I do think we're going into the war, and you know, it it feels good to exteriorize it. You know what I mean? And I'm not an activist or something like this, but I have that anxiety about the direction we all take as human being, and it feels good that I finally made something out of it, because yeah, it's here all around, and not especially in words but also in the atmosphere, you know, and that makes echo with what I told you earlier. I love to tell things not only with words but also with sounds and colors, and I always had that kind of fascination for post-apocalyptic words because it's a beautiful picture when you see, you know, civilization but ruled by nature. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I love the
yeah.
paradox.
So when you find these, is a process sometimes you find a place to shoot at first? Like you're at a place and you're like, wow, I can make a story right here.
That's the point. That's the point. Sometimes I'm
Oh.
just hanging with friends and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
this. I'm gonna keep this in my pocket. And sometimes
yeah, you're
I
like
don't
this.
have it, and I need to do research, which is a very long process. But this one, I know it since a long time, and I've wanted to do something in it since a very long time, and I'm very happy I did it.
Everything about it, even the costumes and things like that.
You know what? The costumes are from, again, the Mobaza, and that collection is was in collaboration with Dune, the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really, man. Fun fact.
What? That is cool, man. That is cool. Everything about it too. Like for stuff like this, in terms of lighting, there's like a mood and like,
Yeah.
how was it lit here for this scene specifically?
Literally, neon tube. Just so you have the shot is like this, and we
Yeah.
had a neon tube like over there, okay,
Oh, yeah.
to light and draw the profile, and
Yeah.
to make people think that it's the outside world lightening the tunnel, and also lightening a bit the background so I can get it in post production in the color grading, and for it not to be like full black. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you want some texture of like the
And
sides a little bit.
exactly, that's the point.
Man, it looks so good. It looks so good.
And obviously there is, if I show you the raw clip, it's absolutely not the same. There is a huge amount of work in color grading. I can, in a reel, an Instagram reel, I can spend 1 hour per scene in just in color grading.
Yeah. Wow.
I try, I retry, you know what I mean?
I think that's great because that's part of the world. The color is part of the world
Yeah.
building,
You know
right?
what? Go forward. All the sun you see here is fake.
Oh,
It's
so you just
actually
amplified it with a halation a little bit?
that's the point. It's not only elation, but it was very end of the day, and it was white light only. So I added beams, more light, more glow, and then I colored it, and then I made some elation. How can I say that?
Yeah.
When you the inverse of net. How can I say that in English? But when you blurry the thing not to be too much numeric,
Yeah.
and there is also a vignette with not only a
Like
dark
here?
area but also diffraction to broke some reds and stuff. There is a lot of
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Yeah, cuz okay. Yeah, there's so much that you did here because that's also that creates such a different mood. I can only imagine what this looks like if it didn't have this warm tone of the sun coming through. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
like imagine it was
Yeah, man.
blue or like it was
Yeah.
like yeah, right? There it actually gives it like a bit of hope, like a hopeful feeling.
that that's all the point of the video.
Yeah.
You know what, when I color grade, it's not like, okay, I have that video, what could I do? It's I know what I want to make people feel, and I go for it. And that's
Yeah.
absolutely all about hope and kind of acceptation, because in the end, the last sentence is we have to acknowledge that we have failed. But every time in the video, you hear about hope. You know what I mean?
So when you write your scripts and stuff like that or your treatments, do you start with
Mhm.
a feeling first and then
Yeah.
because I feel like there's so much that goes into a feeling of a scene, which is obviously the
Yeah.
lighting, the color grade, the wardrobe, the location. It all we talked about world building.
Feeling
Do
is
you
always
start
the
with that?
first thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
start with feelings as well, and then it's always like this. I have a feeling. I wanna express a feeling, and then I'm like, what story could express the feeling? What words could express the feeling? And I told you I'm a mess, so I need to open a doc,
Yeah.
and I just shoot random words that goes with that feeling, and after that I try to link them and make sentence, and from those sentence I try to make a story. That's the
Ah,
process.
okay.
So I build from an emotion.
Yeah, yeah, you build from yeah, yeah. No, which is perfect. I feel like that's like the best because there are some people who build from like a technical standpoint, but and I know you keep saying you're a mess, but I think that's what makes it like work for you. Do you have any creators that you are watching right now that you would want me to watch or the audience to watch?
I have so many people that I love, but it's it's all different stuff. I love so many people, but I don't know if it's like pertinent. But it's more humor, it's more
Yeah, it's just
history,
a mix of everything.
science, it's more fiction.
Anything, any shows that you like are watching right now? Any I know you're playing or for anyone who's trying to play a game, Expedition 33?
Man,
People got to
yeah,
play that?
absolutely, because it's from the art. It's passion. It's only passion. That game is the incarnation of passion and talent. So perfect,
Yeah.
perfect source. And
Perfect
I watched
combination.
Severance, man. People need to watch
I got to
Severance, man.
watch that. I have to watch it. I heard it's so
Man,
good.
that is so good. I only started Le Bureau des Légendes, which is a French show, but the writing, man, the writing is so good. It's about DGSE. It's like the secret services in France, but
Yeah.
it's super hyper realistic. It's absolutely not a James Bond thing. People are
Okay.
like this, and they're just very smart and undercover, and yeah, it's super realistic, and the writing is so good. There is like one gunshot per season, and yet you're in front of the TV. Okay,
the next episode, the next episode, the next episode. It's man, it's absolutely amazing.
That's
And
cool, man. That's
yeah, it's
cool.
so cool. So Severance, this, and if I want to be more accessible with my recommendation, I could say that Fallout is okay tier. It's I was
Okay.
surprised. It's a very good adaptation.
Yeah.
House of the Dragon is very good.
How's the Dragon? Yeah.
House of
How
the
about
Dragon is
Last
very
of Us? Have you watched Last of Us?
the last, the better, last but not least.
Yeah, yeah,
Man,
yeah.
The Last of Us is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. The production, the photography, the everything. It's so good. It's so mature. You know what I mean? Mature in France.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. I love it. I love it.
Oh
And
man.
the personage, the characters, they are deep. The writing is very deep. And no man, it's perfect. I love it. I love it. It's not
Dude,
okay tier, it's top tier, The Last of Us.
top tier.
I should
S
have
tier.
started
Oh,
with this. And they are so good. They are so good. Bella and Pedro,
there's
they are
so
so
many good things.
yeah.
Now I can see where you get your world building from, because all of those things you mentioned are very unique to a very specific
Yeah.
world. Yeah. Okay. Any advice for someone who wants to be where you are today? Like, what's the one? What do you? Or actually, maybe more specific. What do you think the one skill that you have got you to where? Not that you only have one skill, but what's the most important skill that you have that got you to where you are today?
I really don't know. It would be observation, I think.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I used to draw when I was a child, and I would do it without like a model, but from the head. And
Yeah.
I think that's probably a good skill to have to to not only have something very clear in your head, but being able to, you know, to draw it.
I also feel like your observation and the attention to detail. I feel like observing the way people move, observing the way the world. I think that's such a good skill to have, and I see that
But,
in you, and
but
just by you talking about it.
I actually have an advice, but it would be for not being me, but because I think the biggest problem today, especially on the social media, is everyone wants to do everyone. And
Oh,
some random American guy found like a good cooking, and then the whole world goes for it. And my advice would be fucking be yourself. You know what I mean? It sounds cliche, but I I
yeah.
think I feel it very, very well. People have to be themselves, because today everything is the same, and this is annoying as fuck.
It is. It's the same stuff over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I think people need to like tap into the things that they like, and like the weird. I love weird people, like just people
Yeah,
who
right.
just are. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like
Absolutely, because they
I
are
love that.
something.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I love it. You love video games, you like anime, you like knitting, you like something, just go for it.
Yeah. Unique, actually.
No.
Unique
Yeah,
people.
very unique.
I
Unique.
feel you.
Very, very
I feel
unique.
absolutely.